everyone. I'm inviting you to join me today as I run a few errands this morning and as I tell you some of what's been going on in my life the last couple of weeks. And yeah, so why don't you guys join me for a fun adventure day? Let's go. What I'm doing is I'm actually going to get some labs, and I will explain that to you guys a little bit later in the video. But I am going to go to the Quest Laboratory in Celebration because that is a place that had a opening for today, because I wanted to get the labs done today, and we'll kind of discuss that a little bit. But we get to go through Disney World, so let's head on down. Getting ready to enter the most magical place on earth. Oh, they do tell you no stopping because people love to slow down and take photos. So my suggestion is get someone in the passenger seat to take a video and have them snap them very quick. Disney World property, and we are getting ready to head to Celebration. And we should be able to see the Mickey-shaped electrical pole on the way. This is a really nice drive. I know I've come to Celebration and I've actually eaten at the McDonald's. I've also gotten labs done there, and we've also had dinner at Avocados and lunch at Avocados, which is a pretty good Mexican restaurant in downtown Celebration. So kind of a nice little drive as we head over to Celebration to get some labs done this morning. Okay, we are heading here to the Celebration, and as you guys can see down there, there is the Mickey electrical pole. It's off in the distance. I'll go ahead and try and get it out the window for you guys a little bit. There you go. Look at that. Isn't that cool? In Celebration, Florida. Look at this. I really love the decor and the design of this town. I will have to show you guys more at some point, but I love seeing all of the houses and the places. They do such a great job on the design. I mean, like, look at that. Wouldn't you love to live there? Over here to the Quest, and there was like no traffic. So I got here pretty quick, but it gives me a little opportunity to share with you guys what's been going on. So I know there was about a week where I didn't actually do any videos and I didn't share anything. I debated whether I was going to share this or not, and I've decided I'm gonna go ahead and share it. This is about my life and stuff, and so I wanted to share with you guys. So I ended up having to go to the emergency room a few weeks ago. I was having trouble taking a deep breath. When my chest would expand out, I was having some issues, and when I would lay down, it would get even worse, excruciating pain trying to take a deep breath, and just it hurt really bad. It had been going on for a little while, and ended up making the decision that I needed to go to the emergency room. And so went to the emergency room, and they ran a whole bunch of tests. And I will say I am very thankful for the clinicians at Advent Health. So I did go get seen at Advent Health, and it is one of the big health systems or providers in the Orlando area. And so I did go to an emergency room at Orlando Health. They have a lot of freestanding emergency rooms, so I did go to a freestanding emergency room thinking it wasn't serious. And you know, it was just probably my acid reflux or something, because sometimes when I eat lots of spicy food, I have a little bit of an issue. And so they ended up running a whole bunch of tests and ended up doing a CT scan and found out that I had some excess fluid around my heart, which is not good. And so they determined that I needed to be admitted to the hospital so they could determine the amount of fluid and whether they needed to surgically remove it. So ended up actually coming to the Advent Health Hospital here in Celebration. I was very fortunate. They apparently were full, but the doctor was able to get me in. And so I'm very appreciative of the ER doctor. I ended up getting transported via ambulance from the freestanding emergency room over to the Celebration hospital. I got directly sent up to the unit and ended up on a cardiac unit. I will say the nursing staff were amazing. I cannot thank them enough. The clinicians were amazing. I had an amazing care team. When I ended up making it there that night, they ended up doing an echo at the bedside to determine whether or not I needed to have a procedure. So what they do is if it's too much fluid, because it can cause issues, and something that sort of scared me, they also said that if there's too much fluid, the heart can just basically collapse. And I was like, I don't want my heart to collapse. So very, very scary. And so they ended up telling me that they would, if they needed to go in surgically, they would basically stick a couple of tubes in me and let it drain. And then I would probably be in there for at least several days, if not longer, to recover. Because they'd have to leave the tubes in to let it drain and all that kind of stuff. Fortunately, I am so thankful. The echo results showed that it did not require surgical intervention, and so the cardiothoracic surgery passed me off to cardiology, and so now they know that they're just gonna address it with meds. In addition to that, I also had elevated white blood count. I had spiked a fever while I was there. And so they ended up bringing infectious disease in just to confirm, see if they could figure out why it caused it. Because most of the time, at least from what I understand, and I am not medical, so I'm going to let you know I'm not medical. So this is William's small little, totally not understanding brain, sharing all of this with you guys. But basically, more often than not, it's viral. And I also learned from the infectious disease doctor, 9 times out of 10, they don't normally see anything on any of the results. So they did find elevated antibodies, or titers, they call them titers, for Coxsackie B, which is just a sort of virus sort of thing, and an echovirus. They don't know whether or not it was actively an infection or not, but they feel more likely that it's, given I had good labs in January, that it is something that I picked up in the last couple of weeks. they ended up wanting to do a cardiac MRI just to see what was happening. And I am pleased to say, no significant issues with the heart itself. But they did, and I know I'm going to butcher this, they did identify based off of that I had myocarditis, which is, I don't know the extent of what it is, but they said there were slight indications in spots, but it's basically something with the sac. So I didn't know this. I learned this too. There is a sac that holds your heart, and a very, very thin layer of liquid around it. And I had more than normal. And so that sac had some issues, and then a little bit of the heart had some issues. And so they gave me some anti-inflammatory, so that is one of the things that they give you as a sort of treatment for this. And I ended up learning afterwards that this is pretty common. So I talked with a internal medicine doctor that I know, very, very good guy, and he ended up saying, he's like, oh, this is pretty common. You wouldn't think about it, but so yep, some little bug decided that it wanted to set up shop and cause some inflammation and fluid, and so I ended up spending 3 days in the hospital. I will say the food was lackluster, so I do have high blood pressure, and I do have type 2 diabetes, but it is controlled. I will say it is controlled. Thank goodness for these new medications, because I will say they work wonders for folks with type 2 diabetes. And so, yeah, the food was kind of because I was on a cardiac diabetic diet, because they wanted me to, yeah, you know, but it was good. They let them sneak me in some Diet Dr. Peppers. They did not have any real soda there, so that was a struggle. I do like a little bit of soda every once in a while, and so that was a little bit of a struggle. Ashley and my mom were there for me. Ashley actually stayed 2 nights with me, so I'm so appreciative that she came up and she was there for me and helped me out a lot. I know that bed was not comfortable at all. So I've been recovering. I still don't feel 100%. Last Thursday and Friday, I was definitely not feeling as good as I had been. And so not sure what was going on. Not the same sort of issue, but just wasn't feeling good. And so it was just off. And so my doctor and I, my primary care doctor and I talked, and we're going to get some labs just to see how I'm recovering, and stuff from my admission and the condition that I have, and all of that. So yeah, so getting some labs done today. I do need to fast for them. And one of the tests I did ask her to include it, because I didn't even know this test existed, but they can measure the inflammation in your body through some blood tests. And so it's called a sedimentation rate test. And so I had high amounts of inflammation, and even when they released me from the hospital, it was still pretty high. And so I know when they released me, they gave me some anti-inflammatory meds. And actually one of them is a gout med. I do not have gout, but one of them is a gout medication. And it was so funny because they were passing that on from nurse to nurse, because they were like, why in the world is he taking gout meds? So that was interesting. And I will say, speaking of that, they ended up doing shift change with the nurses with me. And I will say that was the best experience. I will say, as a patient, that was perfect because, man, it was just perfect. It just added a little bit extra, it sort of helped as they were talking, and I felt part of my care. And I felt involved because there's not much you can do while you're sitting in the hospital. It was very boring 3.5 days, almost 4 days, because I didn't get almost out till almost like 5. So very thankful that I had amazing clinicians, very thankful that I am doing better. So like I said, Thursday, Friday, I wasn't doing the best. And so my primary care doctor and I chatted, and she ordered me some labs and we included the inflammation test in there as well. So we're just going to see how I compared from January, where the labs were, as she said, beautiful, to totally all over the place, when I got admitted, and then to now. So we'll see. So definitely excited to see what those look like. They did send me home with meds, a 3-month supply of these anti-inflammatory meds that I have to take twice a day. I do have to follow up with cardiology, as well as, I stay in contact with my primary care doctor. But I do have to go get an echo this Friday. So I will be getting another echo just to see where things are at and how it measures to what it was when I was in the hospital a few weeks ago. And then in a couple more weeks, I'll go back and follow up with cardiology, and we'll sort of go through stuff and see. So I know I've thrown so much information out at you guys, but a lot has been going on. I know I've done a few videos since, and I felt up to doing those videos and stuff, and things, but I am on a road of recovery and feeling better, but by no means am I 100%. So we're gonna get some labs done, and I'm gonna get some breakfast so I can take that anti-inflammatory med, because my primary care doctor did say take it with food, because it can cause some issues, nausea and stuff. And so we're waiting for some food because I had to fast. So anyways, lots of stuff that I've thrown out at you guys. I promise the rest of the video will be a little bit better. But not better, but just not as heavy of a topic. So anyways, just waiting. I still have a little bit more time before I can go in and get my labs. Okay, I am all done. Time for some breakfast. It's 10:07. Let's go to the McDonald's right here in Celebration. Oh, yeah. Got labs done. So we'll see how everything comes back. I won't know for a few days, probably. So let's go check stuff out. Okay, put in my order. Gonna go head down to the Mickey D's and pick up my biscuit, egg, and cheese and a couple hash browns for breakfast. It's a little late, it's 10:09, but that's okay. We're gonna go get some breakfast, and yeah. Okay, this is the McDonald's here in Celebration. Look at that. So coming around, gonna go ahead and pull up here, and I have my mobile order ready to go. So if you look at the style, even the 7-Eleven has the same sort of style as the McDonald's and the houses and stuff. So it definitely is a sort of Celebration City sort of HOA theme. I got my Diet Dr. Pepper, a couple hash browns and my stuff. So I'm gonna eat this on the road so you guys won't actually see me eating, but yeah, let's go to Walt Disney World. On my way home, heading back into the most magical place on earth. It is cloudy today. It's supposed to maybe have some thunderstorms, so we'll see. So I've made it back home, working and doing some stuff on calls and everything, and I have Spectrum coming out because I have been having upload speed issues like you would not believe. So they've been out 2-3 times already to try and fix stuff. So we'll see. I think this is the third time. Last night there was just issues. Today it seems to be doing something, so I don't know if they're doing stuff and they say they've closed the tickets, which probably is what's happening. They're doing work and stuff, but I don't know. We'll see, because last night it was really bad and today it's somewhat. But I do want to show you guys a new monitor I got. This is kind of cool. Look at that. I love that monitor. I got my new MacBook Air. Look at that. It's like perfect. So taking a slight break from work and waiting for the Spectrum guy to show up. So I'm getting about 1 account's upload speeds today. Last night I was getting like, I don't know, 4 or 5 megabit per second up. I don't know, there's something going on, and I kind of wonder if they made some more tweaks and are doing more things or whatnot. I have no clue. All I know is that stuff is definitely changing. Getting a little bit better, but they keep saying they closed the ticket and then stuff gets better, but then it got worse. So I don't know. So waiting for Spectrum, they said that they would be here between 3 and 4. And then I got a call saying 4:30. It is now 5 o'clock and they still are not here. Meanwhile, the internet upload speeds, 4 to 5 megabit per second. Just atrocious. They have not fixed the issue. I lose faith in them. I am quickly losing faith in Spectrum be able to actually provide internet. So we're here at Azteca grabbing a little bit of dinner. And I'm excited because I get some of the cheese enchiladas. So I forgot I was doing a vlog today. Hi.
Hi.
And so there's the chips and there's the salsa. I had a whole bunch of salsa already. So how's your day been going? Good?
Okay.
Yeah. I shared with everyone what happened to me a couple of weeks ago and told them about the labs and all the stuff that's been going on. So figured I could do a vlog. So I'm showing stuff. So Spectrum isn't showing up now till like late. So I don't know, we'll see. Hopefully they told us that we had time to like go grab some dinner, so that's what we're doing. They were supposed to have called me, but they never did. I guess I don't expect much at this point, just because of all the issues. Okay, look at those enchiladas. Look at Mom's fajitas. That look good? Ooh, look at that, they're sizzling fajitas. So, I steal her guacamole. That is good. I like their guac. How is it?
Good.
Good. Getting more peppers? Okay, here we go. so delicious. So these are my most favorite enchiladas ever. Even better than El Torito's. And I used to go get their enchiladas all the time. Now, of course, they don't have an El Torito out here, but I will sit there and say that Azteca, hands down, is way better than El Torito's enchiladas. These are good. Delicious. I love their enchiladas. You like their fajitas. But yes, I loved their enchiladas. Oh, so delicious. Hey everyone, so it's the next day. I totally forgot to end the video. Spectrum ended up coming. I ended up having a work call and I was tired. And so Spectrum came, found that there's still issues. They got to send someone out a third time. And they haven't fixed it yet. They were going to send another tech out today. So I asked them to reschedule it till tomorrow because obviously they haven't fixed the issue. So why send them out today? So anyways, it was fun. It was a good day. And I started getting some labs back and they are looking good so far. So I'm excited to see the rest of them. So anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed coming along, hearing what's been going on. And yeah, until next time. Bye guys.